Good morning, everybody. It is Monday today, so welcome back to my Let's Make It Monday video. I missed last week, so sorry. The day just got away from me. I can't believe it. But today is Monday, the 13th of July, 2026, and it's my best buddy's birthday today. Happy birthday! You know who you are, and she's having a lovely day, but I'll catch up with her later. So today, for my video, I'm going to share with you a little few tips and things about this stamp set, which is the product of the month. If you spend $125, you can buy this stamp set for $9. So it's got everything: best wishes, sending lots of happiness your way, thank you for everything you do. Love it. But the beauty of this stamp set is it's a two-step stamp set. And you think, oh, okay, what does that mean for you early stampers out there? It does a two-stage stamping, which makes that flower and makes it a dimensional type flower. And there is it sort of is a right way and a wrong way. And before I continue, I forgot to say, hi, I'm Jeanette Clark, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. Now I shall continue with my video today. And there is, like they say, there is a right way to do it. We've got this one and this one in the flower, and they look like this. One is a bit larger than the other. So when you put them on a block, you can see this one is a bit larger than that one. So this one equates to the top picture, and this one is the bottom picture, and it builds a three-dimensional flower. I have made a card with this stamp set to give to a friend of mine who's turning 70 soon, so I had to make her a very special card, and she's not on Facebook, so she won't see this. And if you are and you know her, please don't tell her. So we've got the flowers, and you can see how dimensional they are. It's sort of stamped darker, and I've done a whole bunch of different things with this, and this is more an involved video for another time. But I've got the best wishes from the stamp set, and then I've got something in here that's new. And if you go on my website, you will see the metallic magic. So that's something extra to see. And the leaves and the flowers are from this stamp set. So that's the sample of really what you can do with it, different colours. This yellow one is stamped the correct way. So what you should do is this one first, this big one you stamp first, and this littler one you stamp second. And I did the opposite with this, and I stamped the littler one first and the big one second. And you can see the difference in the two, and it's a preference, whatever you like, but this is the proper way to do it, and I like this way better. We're going to do one today using this method. So this is our stamp set, and this card is going to my friend, so we're going to make a different one using the stamp set today. I've got a plain white card base, and I'm going to use a backing of white, and I have embossed this one with a new embossing folder called Floral Spray, and it's really big, so you can see it compared to the front. It's a really big embossing folder, and I've positioned this so that the flower in it is in the front of this piece of card. So we have this, which I've done earlier, and I'm going to pop that on there. And I'm going to do some flowers and a best wishes on this card so you can make it a bit simpler than the one I showed you. So I'm going to show you the stamping method with the two flowers. And I'm going to use, in this one, I'm going to use a Flirty Flamingo. So you can do either two things. With the yellow one, I stamped two different colours, and I stamped this lighter one first, and I stamped the darker one second. and looks like that. But I am going to use one colour here now, and it's going to be Flirty Flamingo, so it's going to be a pink. I think it's a rose. Do you think? Looks like a rose to me. I don't think it's any other type of flower. We're going to move this one out of the way for later. And we're going to, I think you can do it on the hard surface, but sometimes it gives a better image if you do it on our Stampin' Pierce mat, which is foamy. It's got a bit of cushion on it. So let's use that for now. And I'm going to use the large one first. All right, we use the large one first, and I'm going to ink it up. So there we've got it all inked up, and I am going to stamp it off on my piece of paper first, which takes some of the colour off it, and I'm going to now stamp it down, which gives it a light colour. Now I'm going to ink up the second one. Ink on everything. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get it the wrong way, but I'm looking at these blank empty spots, and I'm going to put this one into the empty spots like that, and I'm going to pick it up. So you can see there's still some lighter sections in it, but gives it dimension for the flower. So you've got your light dark. You don't need two light colours, you just need one colour, and make sure you stamp it off first to give it that light colour. So the same with the leaves. The leaves I've got here, and we've got different, well, they're pretty much similar sizes, aren't they? Okay, and I think from what I remember, this one goes lighter and this one goes darker. If you do it the opposite way, it looks like, did I do one the opposite way? It looks like this. So that's this one, this one lighter, this one darker. But I think for the purpose of our card, you're supposed to do this one lighter. Let's have a go. So that's the previous one I did. We're going to do, and we're going to do it in, I've picked Shaded Spruce. For this one, I've done Granny Apple Green. And the card for my friend, I did in Old Olive with the leaves. Not a lot of difference. But I'm going to do Shaded Spruce, which is a little bit different. So which one do we say goes first? This one. The one that's a bit, I don't know, it's hard to say. Less open. This one's sort of got more detail. So I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it off because I'm using the same colour. Stamp it off onto my card and stamp it onto my piece here. So there, well, I suppose it's a bluey green, isn't it? Okay, I'm liking it. And then the darker one, ink up. You do not stamp off. You're going to do full colour. And I line up this little piece here. Pop it down. And there's our leaf. So it's a bit lighter in the middle, and it's got dark around the edge, which tends to be what happens to leaves when they grow and get older. They get darker around the outside. So that's, but you know, you can experiment and do it the other way and see which one you like it the most. So something that I have prepared earlier are these ones. And I have done a Highland, no, it wasn't a Highland Heather. I think it was yes, it was a Highland Heather. So this is a Highland Heather done in light and stamped off first and dark. We're going to use that one. And this one's something different where I used Cloud Cover, two different colours. Cloud Cover, which has a bit of a, well, it looks grey, but it's got I think a blue tinge to it. And then I put Pool Party on the top. So what do you think about that? I really like those colours. I think they're pretty cool. So I've done that one. And I've done my leaves in Granny Apple Green. So Granny Apple Green, which gives them a bit of a vibrant colour. So we're going to use those on our card. So here I have my embossed piece. And to get the effect of my friend's card here, I wet the back of these flowers. And then I scrunched them up into a big ball, and like I'm going to throw them in the rubbish bin. I let them dry, and then I opened them up, so it gives them a bit of, dimension. Did it same to the leaves, but we're going to do ours flat here. We're going to just position them like this. It's going to cut. I don't really want to cover up that main flower, so I'm just going to put them there like that. And I'm going to just pop them down with your multi-purpose glue. But before I do that, I'm going to position the leaves. So the leaves are going to go under there and under there, like that. And I like to pop the leaves down underneath first, position them, and then I'll just get my little glue dot up so you can see my little glue dot, and I'll get a leaf and I'll pop that onto the glue dot, pick it up, and then I'm going to position it underneath. Oh, you just saw I reused another piece of card. You're never going to know, don't tell anybody. So don't throw your little bits of card away that you think have been used for something else. See, I've used the back of a piece of card that I had to reuse. And then I'm just going to pop that one underneath there where I think I want my leaf to go. Then we're going to pop this one down first with, yes, I've got my recycled card again. I will put it round so you can see the flower properly. And I'm just going to pop that there. And then this one's going to go on top. Nothing is wasted in card making. You can reuse lots of different things. Make sure the flower's going the right way and pop that on top. So there we've got our flowers. And I'm going to use my double-sided tape. Where is it? There it is. My double-sided tape to pop it down. So, for those who watch me every week, my special method of using the double-sided tape. I'm just going to pop that on there. Doesn't have to be in any right perfect spot. And we're going to just do our tail sticking out and pop it down. Right, now make sure it's opening the right way. Yes, always check that. I'm going to pop it down on our card base straight. Hold each corner. Let's get rid of those bits. This one and this one. Pop it down. White on white always looks nice and clean.